I now call the special meeting to order. Mrs. Bass, will you please call the roll?
Yes. District 1, Barbara McQuinn.
Here.
District 2, Chuck Shaw.
Here.
District 3, Karen Brill.
Here.
District 4, Erica Whitfield.
Here.
District 5, Frank Barbieri.
Here.
District 6, Marcia Andrews.
Here.
District 7, Deborah Robinson.
Here.
We have quorum with all 7 board members present. Also joining us on our virtual dais is Superintendent Dr. Donald Fenoy, General Counsel Julie Enrico, Inspector General Teresa Michael, and Board Clerk Carol Bass. I would like to take a point of privilege to share a very private story with all of you. The story has a point, so I thank you in advance for listening with an open mind. My mother died in 2010. After Mom died, Dad was never the same. They had been married for 60 years. 4 years after Mom died, Dad died. He willed himself to die. He told my brothers and me that he was not going to take his medications any longer because he was ready to go. He stopped taking his medications at the end of March in 2014, and he died 11 days later. I tell you this story because of what Dad said to me when I asked him to please stay with us so he could see his grandchildren grow up, and what I'd like to share with you. He said, "Frank, I'm 87 years old. I've seen a lot in those years, and I'm sorry for my grandchildren and great-grandchildren. This world has changed. This country has changed. People don't care about each other anymore. They don't want to help one another. They aren't nice to one another. I've seen enough, and I really don't want to see any more." Why do I tell you this? If Dad was here and read the cruel and bitter attacks on social media that members of the community are lobbying against one another, or some of the comments and the emails that the district and board members are receiving, he would be ashamed of all of us. His look into the future is coming true. When did we lose the ability to feel empathy for one another? When did common courtesy become politically incorrect? When did we forget that at times of great national peril, the way out of harm's way requires everyone to work together to compromise where there are differences of opinion? The virus is not conservative, and it's not liberal. It will infect anyone, irrespective of your political affiliation. There is no doubt in any of our minds that no matter what plan this board approves for the reopening of our school system, that there are going to be a great many of you who are not going to be pleased. In fact, really the only common element of the emails we are receiving is that the writer says something to the effect that we know you are facing an impossible situation. We know that no matter what you do, there are going to be people who won't like it. And then the writer goes on to tell us how to do it to satisfy them. They are correct. It's been over 100 years since this world was in the midst of a pandemic that has affected almost every country on the planet. There is no rule book here. We have no script prepared for us. This board will do the very best it can, as we always do, to make a decision which we believe is the best interest of the children in this district. So when you next log on to your computer or smartphone and are ready to comment on something you hear today, if the only thing you can think of to say is cruel and bitter, I suggest you rethink the words you want to use, and remember we are all members of a community. We are part of something that is greater than ourselves. We are all in this because we love children, and our children are watching and learning what they see from all of us. Thank you. Mr.